Hello and welcome back to Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. All fun and games been going on. Okay. Um, I've had about 20 minutes ago, I had a message come through from Ricky Burnett, aka Red Knight, um, with a picture of a design that he's done. Now, on his live stream last night, he went across to my beach because I've done, obviously in my last video, I've done a, a shipwreck design. Um, and I'll just take you across to it. We'll go through it bit by bit of what I'm sort of going to try and explain to you guys. Okay, so this is the shipwreck that I've done. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the cannon at the end of the broken down ship at this end, and we've got a ship's wheel at the other end, which is all broken down. And then we've got all the wood in between, all the sides of the ship and everything, all rotted away. And through the years, all the trees and that have grown up around all the wooden panels and everything that's all fallen apart. So, it fits there nice on the beach. So that was my idea, and my design of a shipwreck. Okay, so what I'd like to explain to you guys is this. When I do a design, I imagine that if you can imagine sending a drone up into the sky, and this is where this drone is at now. So the drone is up at a certain height, and this is what you're looking at from up in the air. Okay, that is how Heyday is. The game is actually set, so it's looking down on everything that you do. So I've equipped all my designs and made them so that when it looks as though you're way up into the air, as you zoom down, it looks as true to real life as I can possibly get it. Okay, so if I zoom down onto the floor, that design, even though you can see there are outhouses in there, it still looks pretty, your ground level, but you can still see the bits of wood and the broken ship. But as you zoom out, that design now comes more into effect. It's you're looking down, and now it really does start to look like a broken down ship with the cannon and the wheel and everything. And that's the effect that I try and get when I'm doing my designs. Okay, same with the gorilla house here. That's now looking down from a drone, and when you zoom in, you get that full effect, as if you were walking around the grounds now. And as you zoom out, that is the picture that you get. And, you wouldn't know the difference whether that was a game or a real life picture. That actually would that would actually pass as a realistic picture, of a picture from a drone. And that's what I'm trying to get with all my designs. You've got to adapt to what you've got, and the game is telling you that you're looking down from up in the sky. And that's about, the most realistic that I can get. Okay, so now we will go and win off this crate first. We will now go and over to Ricky's, where Ricky has done a complete ship. He's done a complete boat, and he's asked me, could I, are there any tips that I can give him? So first of all, I'm going to show you the ship. Okay. Now, on first looking at that, I thought, wow, it's different. There are lots of designs like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and flowers, and he showed a few on his stream last night. Now these designs, they're more of an animated design. Okay, you can use the outhouses, but when I use the outhouses, I like to blend them and try and make the design that I'm doing look realistic, true to real life. And with designs like this, even though there's a lot of hard work goes into it and it's really, really clever. I mean, it is. I mean, there's no getting away from it. Designing like this is very clever, and I admire. That's why I would never, ever knock any of these designs in a way that, because all the designs like this are truly amazing. The difference is with my designing is my designs are true to real life. Whereas these sort of designs are animated. They're the sort of designs that you would see. I don't know whether you guys have ever played it, but you've got Minecraft and things like that. That's the sort of design that you would see in something like Minecraft. And the only way that you would get the best effect out of that design to make, to sort of bring it to life, if you've got that picture now, as you're looking at that picture, if you squint with your eyes so that you can just about see, what happens there is the water, you lose all the, sorry about that, you lose all the middle pieces of the water, all those little tufts. So if you squint, that water now all joins together. So it now actually looks as though it's on water. And also when you squint, you're actually now getting the 3D effect of the boat. If you open your eyes and look at it now, it sort of, I suppose it does look like a boat, but it's if you squint, that boat now, you can see the two tiers. You've got the top tier and the bottom tier. Because when you squint, all those brown outhouses all blend together and make the sides, and it shows off more of a 3D effect. So that is the difference. So when I'm, if I get a message from Ricky saying, I need a few tips, there's not really a great deal that I can do tip-wise. Other than to say, well, if I was to do this boat design, okay, I would need to try and make that boat come to life, make it realistic. So, I mean, it would be just a huge project. But what I would do is I would have something like this. A massive, massive river coming from the main estuary where the main boat comes from, working its way down into the farm using all these large pond pieces, and then I would cover the whole of this area here in pond pieces. Okay, and then what I would do is I would build that boat in the middle of all those pond pieces, and then put trees around, so it would almost be like a huge lake, massive lake. All of this area would be complete water, so it would be coming from the main estuary. I don't know what happened there, reset again. So it would be coming from here. This would be wider. It would probably be as wide again, and it would be coming down into here, and it would be like a dock. So you're coming from the main sea or the estuary and then into a big dock, and then I'd have buildings and trees all around this area, and then would build that ship, and then where the water meets the side of the boat, you have a little bit of cover with trees at the front. So you've got a dock with trees at the front that cover where they meet the boat. So once you've done that boat then will look as though it's actually floating on real water. It's actually floating. So that's how I would make it look more realistic. But when you've got quite a few outhouses and they're all joined together, I'll find him now. There he is. And they're all joined together. Unless you know what you're looking at and how to view it, you know, I mean, I've seen some of the comments, you know, some of them are amazing, really good. I mean, it is. I take my hat off to him. It's really, really good. It takes a lot of hard work and a good eye to look at what you're trying to design. But I hope in this video, especially Ricky, if you see this video, Ricky, as long as you can understand that my designs are as true to real life as you can possibly get that design. And like I said, if you send a drone up into the air and you look down at that, you know, you can see that it's a boat with the water, but it's more animated. It's more of an animated design, you know? And there are lots of them about. I'm not saying that they're bad, you know, that they are very, very good. I mean, some of them are so well crafted. It's unbelievable. But, you know, there's not a lot I can do other than to say that I would cover this area in massive ponds and make a dock. And then get this boat and sit it on the dock. And then you can add things like buildings around. You could, you know, you could have a port where there's a bakery and different things like that. It's a lot of work, an awful lot of work. But if you put the time into it, like I can see you've done there, you know, you will get the rewards. So that is the difference between how I want my design to look. I mean, when Ricky went onto the stream, he said, right, we're going to have a look at Scatterbrooks. I'm expecting a pirate ship or something like that. But as you can see, it's nothing like the boat that we've got with Ricky's. Because what I've done is I put the outhouses into that area there to actually make it a shipwreck, not a ship. You know, it's an actual shipwreck. And like I said, when you zoom out, get the drone effect. And it sort of comes to life as if it's a real picture. But other than that, you know, it is what it is. It's a good design, and there are some really good. But you've got to squint at it to bring out the 3D effect, and the water will all join together when you squint. But yeah, very clever. So that's my rundown on it, Ricky. Like I said, tips and that I can't really. Like I said, the only thing that I can advise there is to you know, make that boat and actually sit it on water and amongst trees, so it actually looks like a you know, a real boat. It looks you know, animated, which is fine. I mean, lots and lots of the animated designs are absolutely super cool. And this is one of them, you know, it's a beautiful design. But yeah, you've got the mast there, look, going on. He's used the horse deco there to raise the flag. That's a good idea. He's got his barrels on the front. He's got his man there at the back there, his captain of the ship and the ship's wheel. Now again, you see, with the ship's wheel, if you have the boat going this way, when you turn the wheel, it will actually fit well to the front of the ship. And I would probably do a cabin. So what I would do there is I would use materials to make a cabin around that ship's wheel, so that the ship's wheel is actually in a ship's cabin. There's loads of different things, you know. I could go on all day saying that different things that you can do, but yeah, great design, Ricky. Really well done. But as far as advice goes with this type of design, which I always call an animated design, there's not really a lot that I can advise you on that, mate. So, but yeah, so that's Ricky, aka Red Knight's boat design. Hope you all like it. He's done a really good job there. And we've also had a quick look at my shipwreck design. So that's the two designs. And he did mention one day that he'd like possibly myself to join him on a live stream, and we'll go through a live design together. That sounds pretty awesome. That's quite cool. You know, anything with designing, I'm up for. And as you can see, Ricky loves his designing. I love my designing. We're both creative, so two of us together for one stream or half a stream, doing a design, I think would look really, really good. So again, don't forget, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we will see you in the next video. So until then, take care and cheerio.